Good morning! Welcome to the vlog! The first vlog, welcome. It's Monday morning, it's not even 9 AM. I just did my workout and I feel chef's kiss. It's the first day, it's day one. That is what we're going to call this video. It's day one. Welcome to the channel. You are watching my first vlog. I have mentioned this, but like, I'm so excited because I've been wanting to do this since I was like 15 years old. So today's day one. It's day one of Cut 2023, and that's going to be the focus of this video. And I'm going to be taking you on my journey, the 12-week journey of the program in terms of my training, my nutrition, my progress, my mindset progress, my mental health progress. This is such a good way to experiment on myself and test different approaches to fat loss that don't just involve tracking calories and doing your bodybuilding style workouts and doing your, increasing cardio workouts through the week, because that doesn't really allude to me. It doesn't allude to the most of the population. So I'm gonna take you on the journey with me and I'm super excited. So first thing first, it's breakfast time, and while I make my breakfast, I'm going to give you a little insight of like Cut 2023's approach to nutrition. It goes in 4 phases, which I really like, and you get a full PDF that's like over 50 pages long, which is great, and it gives you an insight into nutrition, like why she's recommending this. She gives you an insight into the breakdown of macronutrients. She gives you a minimum amount of calories that you should be eating according to your body fat levels and body weight. And she also recommends how to pretty much track your macros and also plan your macros optimally so you have energy for the workout, but you're also prioritizing fat loss, which I think is phenomenal. Like, you're not just plugging in your weight into an app and it's telling you eat these many calories. The way she does it is she has 4 steps, which you can see here. I don't think you can see that because it's so fucking bright. But step number 1 is to find your caloric intake, like what you're currently eating. And if you don't track, which I don't personally track, what she recommends you to do is to start tracking your calories for around like 4 days or a week, and then see where you're at and just start from there. But what I really like is that once you understand how much you're eating by tracking, if you don't currently track, then depending on how tired you've been after week 1 of Cut 2023 in terms of the training program, then she tells you, okay, well, if you feel like super exhausted after this week, don't cut down your calories. Chef's kiss advice. Like, why would you do that? Why would you keep cutting down your calories when you've started something that's making you expend so much more, and then you're only going to go in and put your body into even more stress? Because like a machine would tell you that that is what you need to lose body fat. And then she tells you to adapt. So like, if you're feeling fine after week 1, then she tells you, okay, maybe you can cut down these many calories, but it's super small. And she always prioritizes performance and feeling your best and reducing calories by as little as possible every week as you can, which is great. So anyways, right now we're on week 1, which means staying at your maintenance or staying where you currently are in terms of your nutrition. So anyways, back to breakfast. If you've never tracked calories in your life, by all means, go for it. Like, the way she asks you to do it is just track your calories on MyFitnessPal, make a note of portions, like weigh your food and just have a rough idea of what you're tracking. You don't have to be anal about it. But for me, it's not helpful. It is kind of triggering, and I find myself reducing the numbers and just getting fixated in a number. So the approach I'm going to take is just eating what I want to eat, just being mindful, and then just making a note like at the end of my day of what I've eaten, and then assess, okay, this is where I currently am. How am I feeling after my training week? Am I feeling exhausted? Great, we're staying at this level. Are these easy? Cool, I'll reduce it a little bit. And that's the approach to nutrition, which I love, as I said. I absolutely love.
Okay, now that we've looked at our nutrition and we know how we're going to approach the whole eating thing, the whole reducing calories and making sure that we're eating enough and not being super anal about tracking calories and all that stuff, we're going to look at our training and what the actual Cut 2023 program involves, what we're going to be doing in the gym, outside of the gym, how we're going to be approaching training. Cut 2023 is composed of 4 gym sessions. The first session is a full body dynamic workout. All sessions are around 60 minutes. And when I mean full body dynamic, what it involves is a lot more dynamic movements and plyometric exercises, essentially. There still is components of strength and hypertrophy, but you will find that there's more exercises like ball slams or jump squats, box jumps, like plyometric exercises that involve more jumping and more moving with your entire body. And I love that. I enjoy it. It's also great to increase your energy expenditure and just think less gym machines, less gym equipment, and more working with your body. So after that, we've got a lower body day. This is your usual hypertrophy strength, like, training to have the glutes, the legs, like what every girl wants, or like what every gym girl wants. So this is more things like RDLs, deadlifts, squats, hip thrusts, compound movements, hypertrophy. Then there is an upper body day. This is your usual, again, hypertrophy and strength for your upper body, things like pull-ups, push-ups, bench press, shoulder press, your usual, like, pretend I didn't do that, but your usual upper body workout. But to make sure we're increasing our expenditure and we are focusing more on fat loss, Natacha has actually added a HIIT session into the upper body day because it's a shorter workout and then you've got a 50-minute HIIT session just to increase that expenditure, get your body pumping and burning more calories, essentially. But also there is benefits to HIIT exercises and HIIT training where you're burning calories after the session, which is also going to contribute to the whole fat loss goal. Moving on, we've got a LISS optional session, a 35-minute super light jog, or you can swap that for a 35-minute gym circuit where you're focusing on cardio and increasing your energy expenditure. And the last gym session, so that's 3 gym sessions, an optional run, and now this one, is a full body hypertrophy focus day. This is just to fill in any gaps that you might have in your training, and obviously just to get yourself in the gym once more. Now, because I'm training for half a marathon, well, not yet, but I am doing half a marathon in October and I am really prioritizing my running. I'm going to be modifying the Cut 2023 program. So instead of doing 4 gym sessions and an optional run, I'm going to be doing 3 gym sessions and 2 runs to make sure that I'm keeping up with my run so that in July, when I am actually starting my training, like proper formal training for my half marathon, I'm already used to running and I don't want to stop running. Like, I am a huge believer and advocate for doing things that you enjoy. There is no point in doing a gym program that you are not going to sustain after the gym program is over. And for me, the second the gym program would be over, I would go back to running twice a week. So why not just keep running twice a week? I'm going to be training towards improving my 5K. To do so, I'm actually going to be using the Runner app. I found this app a few weeks ago and I will recommend it to everyone. And like everyone that I meet, I'm like, you into running? You should try this app. It's great. But it's great because the app actually lets you choose your fitness level. So whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, like how frequently you've been running, it lets you choose your goal, whether it's a 5K, general fitness, running a faster 5K, a marathon, half a marathon, like whatever you want, it's there. It lets you choose how often you want to run a week and also the days that you want to run and when you want to do your long run. Now, after that, then it creates a personalized training program based on when your race day or, PB day is. And it gives you workouts, like progressive workouts, and it gives you a pace. It gives you, the breakdown of the workout, the warm up, the cool down, everything. And when you actually run, like when you press like, okay, play, let's go do the run. And then when you actually start your run, you are going to get like someone in your ear, like in your earphones, telling you whether you're on pace, whether you're too fast, too slow. So it's literally like having a coach in your ears. And I'm shocked that we can do this nowadays. Like, Great, brilliant, love it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Now, the next thing that we're going to be looking at is tracking progress, because what doesn't get measured doesn't get improved. If you don't know whether you're progressing or not, whether things are changing or not, you don't know if you're succeeding. You don't know if you're on track to achieve your goal. Your goal is fat loss, and you don't know whether you're losing fat. You don't know whether you need to change anything or not. But when we think of tracking progress when we're in a fat loss phase, we immediately think scales. Like, what's my weight? How much weight do I have to lose? What's the deal? No, that doesn't work for me. And for many of us, it doesn't work, because at the end of the day, weight and scale weight and you stepping on a scale doesn't give you the full picture. Like, have you gained muscle? Are you retaining more water? Is your period gonna come? It's just problematic for me. So anyways, we're not going to be using the scale weight. But I still believe that you need to track progress. So how are we going to be doing that? So number one is progress pictures. Don't take progress pictures every day. Don't even take them every week. Take them every 2 weeks. If you're going to do it every 2 weeks. And take them and put them somewhere that you can't look at them. Like, I don't want you to take progress pictures to then go through them and start picking yourself apart and start, thinking, oh, I thought I looked bigger or smaller, or like this part looks awful, I need to change this part, and oh my god, I can't believe I look like that. No, we don't want that narrative. We want positive self-talk. So take the pictures and put them away. Don't look at them. Don't look at them. 2 weeks later, take some pictures, compare, be like, okay, do we see progress? Are we going in the direction that we want? No? What could I do better? Like, what's going on here? Am I training intensely enough? Am I eating enough protein? Am I eating more calories than I actually think? Have a look, question it, adapt. 2 weeks later, do the same. Don't beat yourself up for it. Like, don't be a bitch to yourself. Don't be a bitch to your body. We don't want that. We don't need that. It's 2023, okay? So, to take progress pictures, do it in the same environment, like in the same situation, wear the same underwear, or like wear underwear and something that's like going to fit your body in similar ways, and just take it like front shot, side shot, back shot, and try to take it from like a similar angle. Hold a phone to like the height of your face as opposed to further down or further up, because that's going to create an angle, and when you create an angle, you can never be consistent with it. Now, the next thing we're going to be thinking about when tracking progress is, how do my clothes fit? But feeling how your clothes actually fit in your body is a great way to understand whether you're actually losing fat or not, because your clothes fits differently, right? Like, see how different clothes feel week to week, and go from there. Now, the last thing I'm going to be measuring is my strength. I'm going to be tracking my weights week on week and understanding where I'm at, and pushing myself to lift more weights or to add an extra rep, or at least to maintain. Now, I expect that if I'm going into a fat loss phase, after a few weeks, a few months, my strength is going to decrease. But because we're not going to be doing I'm not going into a bodybuilding prep, I do expect to maintain and even increase my strength. So to do so, what I've done is I've tracked my compounds this week, including hip thrust, deadlift, squat, and pull-ups. Now, where I'm at is I am at 3 pull-ups, actually, which I am quite impressed, around 65 kilos on deadlift, around 40 kilos for squats, which is embarrassing if I say so myself, for me at least, around 60 kilos for hip thrusts, and actually I also did push-ups, and I was at around 15. Pretty cool. So that's where we're at. 65 kilo deadlift, 60 kilo hip thrust, 40 kilo squats, 15 push-ups, and 3 pull-ups. And the reason I wanted to include this metric is because if we don't, and we only focus on how we look, there is a bigger tendency to cut your calories more, to do more. But when it comes to training and improving your fitness and your strength, and generally working on your fitness, not just your appearance, strength is a pillar. It's one of the pillars of fitness. So if you neglect strength and you only care about getting in the gym, half-assing a session, walking as much as possible, eating as little as you can manage, then you're going to be slashing your calories. Like, you're going to be barely eating. You're not going to be fueling your body how you need. Whereas when you focus on strength and you focus on fueling your workouts and just improving the quality of your food, and then start thinking about your calories, after week 1, after week 2, you are priming yourself. You're putting yourself in the best position possible to actually reap the benefits of progressive overload, of training properly, of fueling your body, of maximizing your recovery, your performance, your muscle gain, your metabolism, everything, okay? And that's why I wanted to include it in here. Now that we've gotten that out the way, we know how we're training, we know I'm running, because I'm running. Don't know about you, but I'm running. We know how we're going to track progress. We've taken the progress pictures. You've seen them. You know where we're starting. And we've established that we are not going to be eating as little as possible, but we're going to be fueling our bodies. I want to talk about life outside of fitness. If I'm going to encourage you to work on your fitness, on your nutrition, and improving your body composition, your health, your goals, and going for it, I'm also going to encourage you to continue living your life. It's really easy to look at someone working towards a fat loss goal and be all consumed by it because their videos only represent that goal, that part of their life. But there is a life outside of fat loss. There is a life outside of fitness. I'm just a regular 25-year-old girl. And I don't know about you, but I want to live my life. And so I'm going to make sure that in the same way that I program my workouts, my training, I look at my nutrition, I make sure I'm eating enough protein, I'm having fun. Whether it's going to the beach and swimming by myself, whether it's reading a book, whether it's meeting up with friends, whether it's going on dates and eating out, whatever it is, I'm going to be making sure that that is still present in my life, no matter how intense my workouts get, my energy levels, like whatever that is one of my biggest priorities. Like, if not more important than training. Like, if I have to skip a session during the week because I need to rest or I need to recharge my social battery and meet some friends and get some quality time, I am going to be doing that. Now, I want to include that because research actually shows that when you're depleted of energy and you're actively reducing your calories, you are naturally going to be thinking more of food. It's a biological response. And so in those moments, the best thing you can do is, instead of removing things and removing joy from your life, is adding more joy to your life, more connection, more social activities, more time, quality time with family, with partners, with friends, because then you're giving yourself something else. It's literally life-changing when you do that, because then you can focus on your training, all that good stuff, and protein, but then you've got all these other good stuff, like all these other good things in your life. And in the past, I've fallen into the trap of not doing that, of hyper-focusing on my body. Like, when I look like this, I will go off and have fun. Or I need to just get these 4 weeks out the way of dieting, and then I will go have fun. You don't. You can have fun right now. You are worthy of that, okay? Now, that's a wrap on Cut 2023. The approach to nutrition, to training, to tracking progress, to living my life outside of fitness, and you should too, and everything in between. Now, it's the end of week 1. I've already tried the workouts. I love them. Like, generally, I feel like I'm falling back in love with the gym, and I'm like proper working and doing things that I haven't done. Like, I'm getting DOMs when before I was just going through the motions, which is what you want. But before ending this video, I do want to stress the importance of doing what's right for you. I know this is a fat loss series and like a self-improvement series, but having a leaner, a slimmer body does not mean that you're better, okay? Like, this is all about self-improvement, and for me, this is self-improvement. For you, it might look like something different, and I just want to stress that, like, it's for you. This series is to motivate you to do whatever is right for you and to live a life that is right for you. You don't have to live my life, but yours, okay? Now, if you're here for this journey, if you want to continue following this journey, don't forget to subscribe, to like this video, to tell me more of what you want to see in this series, but anything else. And you can also follow me on Instagram, where I post like literally every single day. I'm excited. So welcome to the channel, to Cut 2023. And I'm so happy to be here. Okay, I'm gonna go now.